We now he said it was going to be like all melted off by the afternoon, but
Yes, most of it is melted.
okay, well that's good. And we are live. So yay, happy 2022 everyone. Um and yeah, we were just talking about, it's funny, we got a little bit of sleet early in the morning on the 2nd, but it just, because of where we are, it just melted. I happened to be up around dawn, and that's why I saw it. I was like, oh, but which is a little unusual, but that's been everything in terms of weather lately. So yes, but we are here, and the holidays are over for most people. So we can get back to kind of a normal routine, hopefully. But howdy. Um, um, hello. Hey everyone, Akira and Justin and Josh and Kai Sobek. Good to see you guys, and I know some other folks are going to be joining us, soon. It just kind of takes a few minutes, but glad to have everybody here. Um, you okay? Do you need anything?
Um, I don't know.
Okay. Yes. Now, I know the water is going to be very cold this time, but just bear with me. But yeah, this yeah, the beginning of the new year is when they would celebrate the feast of victory of Horus, and that is the festival that's in. This is kind of a rare book. I got it several years ago, and it's actually older than I am. But the Triumph of Horus. This was uh, basically somebody translated this and made it into a play, and they performed it at. Oh, well, that's you with the light. Okay.
You need some light.
Okay. And anyway, they performed it at Padgate College in London, I think. God, sometime in the early 70s. I think before you were born, even.
Yep, even.
Uh,
It was way early. Dirt was new.
yeah, well, not quite. I mean,
As you put it, eons and eons ago.
yeah, yeah. Well. Anyway, unfortunately, you won't find any video of that on YouTube because all the records and stuff that they had for that, the whatever footage they took of it, whatever, was lost in a fire. Unfortunately, but other students in other classes since have also performed it. We won't be doing the whole performance, but what we will be doing is I happen to get and these I've gotten these kind of things before at like World Market, and they're kind of weird. Let me get a napkin because these I didn't realize these things were gonna make like crumbs everywhere. But these are actual hippo cookies. So I said, aha.
Yes, they're made of hippos.
No, it's hazelnut, okay?
Hippos are made of hazelnut.
Anyway, but yeah, we will be stabbing some hippo cookies to banish negativity. Save that voice, we might need it. So that's what we will be doing. So we have a whole plate of them. There's 5 of them. They'll be end up getting each stabbed twice. So we only have so much space. We can't do like a big ritual of the 10 harpoons with anything full size. So we're doing this. So that we'll get to that in a minute, but look forward to it. Darren, you just had this quizzical look on your face for a second. Like, did I say something confusing? Okay. Well, let's get this party started. Okay. These waters are the Eye of Horus. They purify me. Stephanie purifies me. Those cool waters are upon my hands. Hail unto you, Initiative. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Purity is within our hearts. And we cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure. We are pure. Wasn't that cold, was it?
No. I just.
You're casting aspersions.
That's right.
So I'll get you with a pine cone. So he makes a patting face at me. I've actually started saving pine cones. It's all because of my last research project. And actually, I'm going to be plotting out a year's worth of what episodes am I going to do, and so I wonder if I'll end up doing any weird research projects for that. Okay. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in, now and later on. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our other candles. Especially for Sekhmet, there have been a lot of prayers. People who are sick. Some folks who have COVID. Ren.
Our dear Ren.
Yes, Ren. Ren of the North. She has COVID. One of our members on the Facebook group, Michelle Valino, I think, and her brother, have COVID. And someone else has requests for a family with COVID. So, yeah, a lot of people are dealing with that right now, and other people who are sick for non-COVID reasons. So we definitely want to ask the gods to be with them and to help them to heal. And may this be the year that we finally put a stop to this. Get things better. You arise in the Aketis Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Horus, son of Isis, Aset, great of magic, and Sekhmet, eye of Ra. Hail and praise unto you, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Asfet. And may you be with us through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Okay, did that one go? Oh, no, it is still. There we go. Take these, your cool waters, which are the Eye of Horus. Oh, you know what you do. It's cool waters, which are the inundation as well. That's right. Now, the Eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. Ayanachiru, we bring to you this milk which comes from the great flood, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the Eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you, takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the Eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the Eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yanichidu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. But wait, there's myrrh. Pure, pure as Ra Haraketi within his house. Pure, pure as Horus, son of Isis, within his house. Pure, pure as Isis, great of magic, within her house. Horus in his aspect is the child in his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Okay, then. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for the cause of all of these gods. in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Okay. Right, that was actually my Senate stakes. And conveniently enough, it was 2 up and 2 down when they fell. So, whatever your yes or no question was,
It's no.
yeah. I need to make like a little pouch or something for them. But there we go. Hopefully they'll stay put.
Maybe a ribbon.
Oh, I've got plenty of ribbons, but the thing is, I don't know what color would be appropriate. Given what they are, I'd rather actually have like some cloth or something to put them in, but I'll get to that. Try not to promise too many things to too many people, too early in the year, Okay. Come to your body, O Ra-Horeketi. Come to your body, O Horus Aset. Aset, great of magic. Come to your bodies, O Yunachiru. Come to your invocation. Come into us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Horu, before Aset. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra-Horeketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepurura, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the gods to the blessed dead. We light this candle that it may be the eye of Horus for them and light their way through Duvan. And we bring them this cool water from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horekeru ta henket kakao abdu sinachimurha kutnibet nofret wabet anket nocherim and cow and akupu nibu maakeru nibu hiranachira. A voice offering of bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. The cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great god. And I have to say, of course, today Sidney Poitier passed away. But less than a week ago, I think it was, Betty White passed.
John Madden.
Yeah. Well, what I have to share the most interesting thing, because our friend Preston was checking news on his phone. He says, "Oh shit!" I said, "What happened?" He says, "Betty White died." And my first thought was, I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but I swear, the minute that came out of my mouth, I heard a sassy, perky voice in my head say, "I'm not." I thought, "Oh, well, considering she lived to be 99
Yeah.
and had a husband that she missed very much.
Mhm.
Um, I could see where she wouldn't be sorry at all.
There was a cartoon I saw
Hmm.
of St. Peter at the pearly gates. It says Betty White, 99. Not often we get somebody in here that they say 99 is gone too soon.
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing something right with your life when you're 99 and people say, "Oh, it was so soon."
Yeah, and she was planning a 100th birthday party that was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. So, but I have to credit Wally. He's the one who taught me because I learned by his example, and he was 93, and I was sad because there were things that we wanted to do, but you're doing something right when you're that age and you're still going. So you know what, I will take that as my example. So it's my credit to them both.
Thank you for being a friend.
Mm-hmm. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased, and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay, so who's ready to stab some hippo cookies?
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh.
Okay. Okay. Let's do a walkthrough. Okay, and Sarah's here, so I'm late to the party. Okay, and some other folks had some tips. With Terry, you put it in a wooden box, and then tie the wooden box with purple linen. So use purple. I might have a few purple things around here.
No.
At least in the modern symbolism, violet is the color of psychic or divination or
intuition and purple also is Decepticon symbols and certain Decepticon characters, including one who is sort of our temple guard. So yeah, so I was like, I can find something purple. Okay. Now I actually was planning on doing a video originally for the Feast of Victory and what was in the ritual of the 10 harpoons, but I would have to have a time when I could get Darren and our lovely assistant Morgan to come in and do some reading for me. And Christmas holidays, forget doing any production work. It's not happening. So that'll have to be something we do for next year. So this is kind of I'm going to read from a little bit of stuff from the script that I had put together, but it'll be just kind of a teaser. So tell you what, trying to figure out how I'm going to do this without making a mess.
You're not.
Are you trying to warm up?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, how do you not be messy whenever you're harpooning a hippo? You know.
Oh well, especially one with hazelnut sprinkles. I swear, my younger brother has some kind of a fascination with hazelnut, and so I have like he's given me like a box of double caffeine coffee and cappuccino and stuff like, and it's all hazelnut.
Which the double caffeine coffee may get tried tonight.
Okay, because I'm sitting there going, okay, I'm afraid to try and drink that. Just you reach a point where you say, okay, that's too much caffeine. I don't know if that's when you somehow hit responsible adult or just
Don't judge me.
so.
That double caffeine might be handy if you're doing the road trip.
Yeah. Oh well. Actually, the problem with that is you get, and this is something I learned in college. You get stuff with way too much caffeine. Yeah, you're jittery for about half an hour, and then you have a crash, and you're not getting up. Okay, it's like just forget it. You're going to sleep. So, it's good for short bursts. Okay, so they're harpoons. And if I'd have had a little more time to look, I would have gotten like how they said those little cocktail things that looked like fencing swords, and they're colored plastic.
Yes.
And those would be kind of fun to get, although I guess they'd be swords at that point, not harpoons. But anyway, so the way it worked in the temple at Edfu is you had these the harpoons were personified as sort of demons or demigods. Each one had a name, and it would you'd have a panel where one of them would speak, and they would cast the harpoon, and it would hit a certain part of the hippo. And so let me just reach for the camera here. And there was actually an intermission. There's an intermission in the middle of the ritual where they would go and they would do something else that involved cutting like catching snakes. And so that was there's a whole thing behind it, and that would be really fun with some really limited animation. So that's kind of a plan that I have. But again, this is sort of your teaser. And so to begin, you have a reader who says, Horus, the great god, lord of the sky, he of dappled plumage, shall punish Set on his father's behalf for the evil he has done. He has been judged in the tribunal of Ra. Jehuti records the verdict and declares a holiday. And so it has come to pass, this Triumph of Horus. And so at this point, with each poke of a toothpick or harpoon, all of the things that have been with us that we're trying to get rid of, the negativity and everything from 2021, we're stabbing that with the cookies. So the first harpoon, chief of the two lands when he rises. He guards Horus from those who are hostile. He is the first demon of Horus's crew. And the first harpoon is supposed to stick fast in his snout. I think we kind of got it in his forehead. The second harpoon is he who distributes offerings. He is with Horus in the melee that he may punish Horus's enemies. So, all those things like for all the people that are still fighting COVID, we strike a blow on your behalf. The second harpoon sticks fast in his forehead. The third harpoon, bull of the two lands, who assaults the one who comes to profane your palace. Just like all the things that are profaning our house, all the bugs that we're trying to get rid of. The third harpoon sticks fast in his neck. Now, of course, if you have a bunch of actors who are performing this and you have a crowd and everything, you can, imagine them getting a lot more raucous with it. But
Actually, the larger the crowd, I think the toothpicks would be really cool.
oh yeah, you got a whole bunch of people and they're all trying to look,
Yeah.
watch for a toothpick. Well, it's at that point it's better on a jumbotron.
Well, sure. How much are you paying attention?
Haha. Well, see, something that they picked up on when they were doing the play, is they actually had because they had actors who were performing as the crowd of Egyptian peasants, basically, and whenever they would mime with a harpoon, they would the crowd would chant, "Hold fast, Horus." So he's throwing a harpoon, hold fast, and so that became like almost a call and answer. And at various points you would have like Isis, comes forth before the fourth harpoon and tells him, cast your harpoons and fear not the foe. And so she's cheering him on the whole way. And there's actually a point where, I guess as the narrative goes, the water level is changing as Horus is on his skiff and he's chasing after the hippo. And so she works her magic to help him. And I don't remember if it was to raise or to lower the water. But so she's constantly, being Horus's cheerleader, basically. So the fourth harpoon is the black bull. I eat the flesh of those who cause uproar in your temple. So the fourth harpoon sticks fast in his head. And so now, and again, all of these things that, we want to get rid of, where they're in, we're mentally stab them as we're stabbing our little hippo cookies. The fifth harpoon is the shining bull who tears out the hearts of the foes. Get in there. The fifth harpoon sticks fast in his flank. And there's a point where Isis says, "Oh, the boat is light and he is but a child," and yet the enemy's fallen. So she's she's still being a mom, because she knows that's her kid that's out there and fighting a hippo. But and meanwhile he's like, "Mom." The sixth harpoon is he who loves solitude. I sharpen my teeth to bite your foes. Sixth harpoon sticks fast in his ribs. The seventh harpoon, his speech is fire. I make my eyes blood red and repel those who come with evil intent. So let all the evil that is out there be repelled from us. And let us have a good year. The seventh harpoon sticks fast in his body and spears his testicles. Yes, and that's when they would have the interlude, they would kill the snakes.
Yeah, we've we've just taken this guy's testicles out. Why don't we kill some snakes?
No, well, that's a reference to something from another myth that we may have lost all record of. We don't know, but it's something to do with the twin towns of Pei and Dep, which is Wajit's hometown. And so something to do with that. And yes, Isis creates a flood between the hippo and Horus. As I come as the mother from Chemis to put an end to the hippopotamus. The boat is light and Horus is but a child, and yet the enemy is fallen. And the eighth harpoon is he who comes with mouth of flame. I turn back he who is hostile. And the eighth harpoon sticks fast in his hindquarters. The ninth harpoon, I love this name. I am death in his face, loud screamer. I surround you like a wall and watch over your temple day and night. And stab the hippo. The ninth harpoon sticks fast in his legs. And the 10th one. I am fiery faced who brings in the mutilated one. I drink the blood of the one who would violate your shrine. So yes, catharsis is very much the theme of the Feast of Victory, but Yes, the ninth harpoon sticks fast in his hocks. Yes, and in the full play, you'd also have a lot of young assistant harpooners who would come and would ritually help Horus as Isis continues to address him. It says, assault the foe, kill him in his lair here and now. I forgot not the night of flood, the hour of turmoil. Yeah, and so we have stuck 10 harpoons in our little hippopotami. So we can get them to where the camera can see. Our little stabbed hippo cookies. And their hazelnutness. And that's also when Horus would assume the dual crowns as Lord of the land. You know, I overthrow the enemy of my father Osiris. And, you know, there would be a whole part where Isis would say, we'll take, you know, the hocks and give them to this deity, and, you know, the hindquarters, you know, and the different cuts of meat, you know, stuff, and would distribute them among the different gods. But, yeah, so if you can find some of those little, oh, I had the box for them. The hippo, what's the brand of these things? Like, oh, by Kinder. Yeah, the same folks that make those little hazelnut eggs that, you know, come with a toy, and there's like some kind of recall because American kids can't figure out not to swallow the little toys that come with the Kinder eggs. But yeah, they also make the hippo cookies.
Yeah, my God.
Yeah, well, no, but but yeah, it's a fun and certainly not what they envisioned, but it's a fun use for them to do that. Something I would love to do one time when we could have a bunch of people would be to have an actual hippo cake, because that was another thing that they would do, is they would cut up something that was shaped like a hippo and distribute parts of it to the crowd. And yeah, a hippo cake, that would be perfect for enough people, because we would go into like a sugar coma or something trying to eat a hippo cake by ourselves. So. Okay, and I'm checking the comments here, and okay, so we got some requests for some divinations, and yes, Galvatron is our temple guard. Okay, and request for divinations. I let go of a friend today because he isn't the nicest person and gave a lot of trauma. Did I do the right thing? You probably did. I can tell you that right now, because we had to do that too. And you know, we found out after we kicked him out that he had brought in bed bugs with him. And so it's better that we did kick him out, because we're trying to get the last of the bed bugs gone. And so I'm thinking of that as I'm toothpicking on hippos. So
I figured as much.
yeah.
That was one of our kitties.
Oh, okay, that's a kitty. Okay, praying for the Nitsuda to help find my birth family. Just learned today that Russian adoptions to the U.S. were closed. The information my parents were given are all I have to go off of. Well, that's going to be a long search, but you know, definitely we will pray for you. And Akira is finally COVID free. Donated a lot of blood today, and man, I'm going through it physically. I almost passed out. Calling out to Mama Sekhmet for healing. Have a steak.
Yep.
We will wish for a steak for you. Oh, okay, and Kai Soba got some guidance. I just graduated, and I need some guidance on what's next. And
school.
Prayers for long life. Okay. Oh, and Alejandro, you know what? Did you ask for a divination? Because we'll do one, and if you want to, you know, yeah, you'd had. Okay. Well, you know, we're gonna go ahead and pull one for you anyway, and if you come back and watch later, then it'll be there for you. So, oh, and another question: when doing multiple hymns one after another, what would be a good way to start the hymn and end it and go to the next one? Ring a sistrum in between if you have one, and if not, if you don't have one, gosh, because I've gotten so used to using that. And see, used to when I had just like prayer beads, I rub the beads together, but that's something that I picked up from my nature and Buddhist friends. So we'll have to work on that. So pause and say, and now a hymn. Actually, that's kind of cool. In Hispanic supermarkets, they sell pig-shaped cookies, mononitos, but they kind of look like hippos. And actually, pigs were also associated with Set, so you could use those too. Yeah. Let's see. I want to be a better partner for my boyfriend. And a prayer to Hathor and a divination. Okay. All right. Well, let's do a couple of quick prayers, and then we'll do those divinations, and we'll go ahead. And, Alejandro had to step out, but we'll pull one for him first. And so that way, again, he'll have it if he gets to come back and watch the rest of it later, because I don't want to forget anyone. But to that end, since we have Aset on the altar, we need to ask her to help Sarah Austin in trying to find her birth family in Russia, because that's already presenting challenges, but certainly as a mom, I know she would appreciate the effort. So we ask her, Isis the Great, Mother of the God, Lady of Philae, God's wife, God's adorer, God's hand, Mother of God, Great Queen, Adornment, Lady of Ornaments and Shrine, Lady in Desire of the Green Fields, Nursling who fills the shrine with her beauty, Fragrance of the Shrine, Mistress of Joy who runs her course in the sacred place, Rain Cloud that greens the fields when she descends, Maiden, sweet of love, Mistress of Upper and Lower Egypt, who issues orders among the Aeneid, Princess, great of praise, Lady of Charm, whose face loves the trickle of fresh myrrh. Would you please help our friend who's trying to find her birth family across oceans and bureaucratic red tape? Perhaps your greatest lesson for us is that love conquers all. Would you please help her to find the family that she's looking for? And to Hathor, the Golden One. How the beauty of your face shines as you appear. Oh, come in peace. Oh, Hathor, the wife of Horus. We had some prayer requests for you too. Excuse me. O Golden One, come to our song and feast your heart on dancing. Shine upon the festival night and take joy in seeing the dances and the stabbing of hippo cookies. Come to the procession of revelry. Come to the place where we wander the marsh. Your rights have been established and nothing is left for want. O Golden One, how good is this song, like the song of Horus himself. Likewise, see how we dance for you, hear our prayers for you, and may you give that we live and prosper. And to Horus himself, praise unto you, God of Behdet, Lord of the sky, splendid winged disk who shines in the horizon, you beautiful sun who illuminates the darkness, splendid child who illuminates the earth, iris of the Ujat who lights the two lands with his rays, fair of face, hovering one, armored, majestic, clothed in gold. You arise as Capri when you emerge from Naunet, your rays spreading over the world, shining upon earth as you do in heaven. Please help us to get rid of everything that needs to be done and passed from the last year and help us to get a fresh start for 2022. And for our divinations. And the first one for Alejandro. Hopefully he'll get to tune in later and get that. And then we'll go back and check everyone else's. And it says, the one who believes is strong. The one who doubts is weak. So believe in yourself, and that will carry you through whatever it is. Don't let doubts hold you back. So, and we will hopefully catch you next week. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely make sure. Hang in there with us, Josh, and we'll get one for you. Okay. So creature, we did Alejandro, and then creature of legend, and then Serana. So creature of legend. Okay. Wow. You got two. Creature of legend, your first one says, do not spend the money that you don't have. Leave it in your online cart for now. I'm having to tell myself that, don't. You're done until next paycheck. So. Now your second one. The closest distance between two people is a good laugh. And you know what? Having had our pal Preston over for a little while, that's definitely true. So you're two of them here. Do not spend money that you don't have. The closest distance between two people is a good laugh. Sounds like a time to spend a little time at home. I know we've all been doing that, but reconnect with some loved ones, good friends, and have fun on the cheap. And let's see, Serana, and then celery. Okay, Serana. It says, your ingenuity and imagination will get results. So, Serana, you got some good ideas there. Use them. Your ingenuity and imagination will get results. And celery. Celery, today is an ideal time to water your personal garden. So take some you time. Okay, and Sarah, and then Kaiso back. So Sarah, here we go. Sarah, a wise person cares not for what they cannot have, but for what they can. A wise person cares not for what they cannot have, but for what they can. So the things that you can't have, don't worry about them. Concentrate on what you do. And for Kai Sobek. And I know you requested a hymn to Sobek. We'll catch that in just a minute. There we go. Okay, Kai Sobek. Do not let what you do not have prevent you from using what you do have. And I know you were wondering about guidance because you just graduated. Do not let what you do not have prevent you from using what you do. So I think that's a way of saying, was it never his mind on where he was?
What he was doing.
Yeah, of course. Darren's real good with the Yoda impression. But yeah, concentrate on what's around you. You'll find what you need if you just look at what's around you, and don't worry about what you don't have. Don't let that keep you from using the resources that you do have around you. And another thing that I feel prompted to share. I can remember I decided to go back to school and finally pursue a degree in animation, which was something I had wanted to do ever since, I graduated high school 27 years ago. This May? Yeah, I know. But we're going to have our belated 25-year reunion later this year because our 25-year reunion was going to be in 2020, and well, that kind of got ixnayed. But anyway, so back then I wanted to go to animation school and couldn't because my parents didn't want me going to school out of state, and and they finally got a program here, and I was so excited, and I applied and got accepted and everything, and then come to find out I had to wait a whole other year because the classes I needed to start with were only offered in the fall, and it was the middle of the fall when I was applying, so I couldn't start in the spring. And I have to admit I was really frustrated, but it's probably better because we met. It was by starting when I did that I met Morgan, and he's kind of become part of our crew. We tortured him with mommy wrapping a doll. And so that wouldn't have happened if I'd started a year earlier. So when it comes to things like that, don't sweat delays. Sometimes they work out better. Okay. Okay, so Akira, I need to get a divination for you. And then Rose. Yeah. All right, so we'll do Akira and then Rose, and then I say I think Josh is next, but I'm trying to do it like 2 at a time. So. Oh. Akira. You got 2. Oh, wow. Akira, your first one says, do it now. Today will be yesterday tomorrow. Now you've got another one here. And it says, problems are only opportunities in work clothes. Wow. Okay, so let's put these two together. Do it now. Today will be yesterday tomorrow. Problems are only opportunities in work clothes. So it's a new year. Don't procrastinate. You're going to have an opportunity for something, but don't wait on it. Just when you see it, go for it. And so now Rose. Rose, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. So don't worry about if you're not quote unquote good enough or smart enough or whatever. It's your attitude that determines how successful you will be. And besides, we're rooting for you, whatever it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Josh wanted to get a divination specifically from Hathor and or Aset. I'm supposed to be getting married next month, but I'm feeling the notion to call it off. I'm just not as happy as I used to be about the relationship, and I need to know, if I should call it off or postpone it, or if it's just anxiety. Yeah.
He knows the answer to that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And, Oh, and Rose, you tried some Blue Lotus. I tried some in some wine once. That was several years ago. So supposedly I got real friendly with my plush Starscream on the couch. I didn't think I was doing anything unusual. I just had him cuddled up, but yeah, so it'll do weird things to you. Okay, so Josh and then Imagination Bound. So Lady Aset, loving wife of Osiris, who is always quick to bless a happy home. Would you please give our friend Josh some guidance? And help them to figure out what's next. And it says, aim high in hope and work. Well, there you go. Aim high in hope and work. And it's funny, Darren's suspicion was, you know what that's going to mean, but there you have it. And yes, Imagination Bound. Okay, here we go. Okay, imagination bound. The one who enjoys doing and enjoys what they have done is happy.
What true words were never spoken.
Yeah. The one who enjoys doing and enjoys what they have done is happy. That's good career advice too. um, it's not about the pay. It's are you happy doing what you're doing? Okay. And oh, okay. So we just moved in with one another, and I don't even know if I made the right decision anymore. You know, I have to say, when it comes to moving in with somebody, that is a great way to figure out more about someone. You know, nothing will tell you like living with them. And I do have to say, like the first few years that we were together, you know, it was kind of tough in spots, but that's because, you know, we were in a tiny efficiency apartment, couldn't get out of each other's face, and we were broke half the time. And so,
We were broke all the time.
well, I'm being optimistic, but in retrospect. But no, that can really weigh on you. So you know, you have to kind of sort out what's because of the situation and what's, you know, okay, we're not gelling. But I do think living with someone for a little while is a good way to tell, you know, rather than just getting married and then moving in and oh goodness, you know, does the toilet paper roll go over or under? You know.
Well, I have to say, you know, after 25 years together, I'm beginning to think about getting married.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's a whole other topic, but you know, losing benefits when you get married is the only reason why we haven't gotten legally married a long time ago.
Right.
So, but first time here on behalf of Jehudie's guidance, wish to banish obstacles to allow limitless opportunities. Also, I love your older one. Thank you.
Here.
Yeah. Okay, Don Peligro needs a divination. And, okay. Alrighty. And if anybody else needs prayers, and yeah, I know we also needed him to sew back. But Don Peligro asked for a divination. Oh, wow, you got two. So, here it is. So, first up. The human body was designed to walk, run, or stop. It wasn't built for coasting.
I'm offended. All I can do is coast.
I wonder if I could I do a rim shot on a darbuka drum?
It doesn't have a rim.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think for the human body can also fall.
Yeah, well. Rim shot. But metaphorically speaking, to coast. Now there's another one here. So I noticed that a lot of times, you know, we get two and they give a more detailed message. Don't be afraid to take a chance when the opportunity of a lifetime appears. Wow. Now, again, put these two together. The human body was designed to walk, run, or stop. It wasn't built for coasting. Don't be afraid to take a chance when the opportunity of a lifetime appears.
They're telling you to get it in gear, man.
Yeah, you're going to have good things, but you're going to have to work for them.
And don't hesitate.
Yeah. Work for it and you'll be glad you did.
Yes. What's in your wallet?
Nothing.
I have that same wallet.
Well, all right. I will share a little bit from back when it was safe in the before times and we did stand up. You know, I would talk about my experiences with Wiccans because, of course, they all hate the movie The Craft because they, say it's very misrepresentative of what Wicca is. Well, it also tends to misrepresent some of the people that are in Wicca. And because none of them look like Firuza Balk. But the guys also, because a lot of them, I was convinced were reject Capital One barbarians. Including all the ones we knew locally.
Yeah.
And I'd go to their shindigs and I was expecting to hear, "Hail to the Guardians of the East! What's in your wallet?" So, yeah. I hear Capital One barbarians and I think of my joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. I thought, other than, obviously it's Hollywood. You can't be too authentic with the movie, but at least the story was okay. I have not seen the second one, but I'd like to. But I also I think it's kind of cool that Firuza Balk was also Dorothy in Return to Oz, and also this is an obscure movie, but if you have ever seen The Worst Witch, that's also based on a book, and it's kind of like a decade before there was Harry Potter, there was The Worst Witch, and Firuza Balk was the title character, and that was actually a cute movie.
They later on made a series too.
Oh, they made a series. Well, I know there was a series of books, but did they make more movies?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I have to look.
It was they made a series on, I believe it's the BBC.
Yeah, because I want to say the movie was made in England. Oh.
Hey man.
So who's on the?
Cool. Good to know.
Okay, well.
Not yet. I haven't gotten a chance to, but hopefully I will.
Who is it?
It's Preston.
Oh, is he home safe?
Yeah, he's home.
Okay, good, yay.
Yeah, we were just in the middle of a broadcast, so.
So our friend made it home safe. Very good.
You go, dude. All right, bye.
Back to merry old Knoxville. Back to Knoxville. Huh?
Yep. Yes, our friend made it home safe. So, okay. And by request. Hail of Sobek, great god, lord of Tashe, great male who came from Nun, white of teeth, green of scales, keen of face and raised of brow. Lord of strength and virility, raging one who drives away evil. You are Lord of the Nile, who makes the two banks flourish. Lord of the winding waterway in the sky, in your carnelian temple in the mountain of Baku. And he looks over the sons of Horus, and may you continue to assist Horus and to assist us as we go through a new year, and help drive away evil so that we can have a better year. And I'll have to bring them next time, but I actually have a big set of Mardi Gras beads that came from a local crew, because we're down here in the South, we're getting to Mardi Gras season. And, you have crews that make they put on the different parades. And one of the local crews is actually the crew of Sobek. And I have like this big thing of beads that actually has the name of the crew on them. And so it's crew of Sobek, which is pretty cool. So I'll save this for next time. what's really confusing is when Darren's actually watching Star Wars and it gets to the cantina scene, and we don't know if it's it messes with my mind because I'm so used to hearing the cantina band when his phone rings. So yeah, but yeah, that's what happens when you have a phone go off during ritual. But yeah, um, if anyone's got any other prayer requests, I know that oh yeah, and because there's been a lot of folks who've been sick, and a lot of folks that we're worried about, and actually one of my friends who's not pagan, but we've known her for nigh on 30 years, and in my case, and her coworker passed away
Yeah.
last week, and apparently he had COVID and kidney failure.
Oh.
And so, yeah, um, and was not that old, and so, prayers for our friend Barb, because she's a sweetheart, and
for him and his family.
for him and his family, yeah, and Barb has had to deal with a lot. She lost her mom a couple of years ago, and her dad just got remarried, and she's like not really sure what to think of it, and we just wish we could Barb nap her down here so she could have a vacation for a while. So maybe if that could come to pass, that would be awesome. And to everyone, may we all have a healthier, happier, and more prosperous 2022. And health and long life and love, for our family members and our friends that we all keep an eye on. Like folks who have grandparents, aunts and uncles, and friends that are adopted family. And may the gods put their arm of protection over them. And so we ask. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Otzba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shinit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Nebethat in Nibet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehutim, Chemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace. O Horus, O Aset. You have come in peace, O Netchuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Netchuru, to every place your mortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Bless you. Okay, and Sarana's saying she had a calculus teacher who had the Vader theme, the Imperial March as his ring, as his alarm for the end of the lesson. That's pretty cool. I'd have to play for you my ringtone, but I actually, again, back when it was okay to do conventions, we got, we paid $100 and got something where you could get a custom message from either Peter Cullen or Frank Welker. And so I got Frank Welker to do something as a ringtone for me as Galvatron, saying don't even bother, it's just another telemarketer, So he blasts telemarketers every day. All right. Well, that I guess is going to be it for now. But you know, if anybody has any other requests, just go ahead and throw those out there real quick. I don't mind. Just kind of making sure I didn't miss anybody. Well, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a good week. And here's to a better start to our year. And we love you all and glad to be here and do this every week.
Yeah, we love you guys. Tons and tons and tons.
Yes.
And
Big
just
hugs
when
to-
you think we don't, think about it again, then you'll realize we really do.
Yes. See you next week. All right, everyone. Well, take care.
Bye, y'all.